I wanted to film this for a long time now. I'm in my comfy spot and I'm gonna talk about dating. That doesn't fit. I'm sorry, but that doesn't fit. There's this thing called hookup culture. Normally, I'm not dating men. Hello, and welcome back. I don't know where to start this video because it's, a topic that I always really wanted to talk about, but I wasn't quite sure how. So I hope I will get everything off my chest without it being too confusing. But, well, we will see. So, I'm in my comfy spot and I'm gonna talk about dating. That doesn't fit. I'm sorry, but that doesn't fit. Dating in your 20s, dating nowadays. So, there's this thing called hookup culture, and you probably all already know about it. And I don't know, I have a big problem with it. And though I do have a problem with it, I feel like I'm still part of it. And I don't know what I want to say to that because, yeah. Okay. Dating nowadays is often through either social media or online dating apps or just dating apps. And that makes it so easy for people to access the pool of people that there are to date. And that's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. So it's a good thing because obviously if you want to meet a person, then it's easier for you to meet the person because you don't need to go out, you don't need to meet them at a party at a club. Maybe you don't like going out. Maybe you are not a part of any sports team, whatever. It's hard for you to meet people at work. You are from a small village and there aren't as many people. You have a disability or are gay or I don't know, whatever. It makes it easier for people to meet people that they want to date. And that's a good thing. But then it's also a bad thing because then it makes people replace people so easily. And it makes people not get to know the real person, but just superficially get to know a person and then jump onto the next one. And I don't know, like it's really hard for me. I feel like in my life as such, I'm normally somebody that really wants to have close friends and deep relationships long term. But I can't say that it's been the same for my romantic relationships or dating. And it's not even just because I didn't want it, but just because it just happened like that. And I think a big influence is dating apps and how it is nowadays. Sometimes people only want to meet you because they want to be physical with you. It's a normal topic. Like so many topics in our society are taboo topics, which they shouldn't be. But yeah, different story again. Because, I'm always talking about problems in our society, so yeah. Honestly, I'm not really talking about them, but then just naming them while talking about other things, which is also a problem of our society, the thing that I'm talking about now, I guess, because hookup culture is part of our society right now, so yeah. It's not an individual thing. Like you see that on social media so often that people complain about the fact that it's all so superficial and that you don't really get to know the person anymore, or that other people are hurting you because they are wanting to date other people and they don't want to focus on you, or they don't take time to get to know you or do something with you more than a few times, and yeah, then get bored. And I think the whole problem with that is also because there's so much choice now and so many possibilities, so many options. Like there's an overload of choice and options, and in every aspect. So we all live under capitalism and we all consume so much. And I think we consume so much that now we also let it get into our relationships, because we also consume relationships now, or people. Like we don't see people. I actually talked about this, or yeah, read about this while I was writing my thesis for my bachelor's degree. And yeah, we don't see people as people anymore. We see people as goods that we can use and then jump onto the next one, or like get a new one and get rid of the other one. And I don't know why that is. Like, why do we, like, I do know why that is, but at the same time, why don't we want to get to know a person anymore? Why don't we take the time to actually get to know them? And why? I mean, I recognize that in myself. Like, sometimes I'm like, it takes so much time to get to know a person. I don't want to open up. And then also, it's scary. Like, there's also commitment issues are a big problem, I think, and just attachment styles in general. But yeah, the thing also is, it's like you have to invest time, you have to invest energy, and you don't get to know a person overnight. And also, you sometimes you don't know if the person that you're dating fits and if like you are good together, because how would you know if you only went out with them a few times or even only met them once? And like I said, I can realize it in myself because I sometimes think that I have to know immediately. And that's also a problem of romantic movies and novels. Then there you get the feeling that you have to know on the spot, like right away. You have to know that the person is for you, and then there are so many signs. And yeah. And then also another problem is that us girls, but probably also guys as well, and every gender ignore red flags, as we call it, and sometimes even like the red flags and don't like what's actually green flags, and that would, for example, mean that somebody wouldn't want to join the hookup culture and want to be in it, but would invest time and would be there for you, and then you're like, oh, but do I want this? Um, yes, I feel like it's a big problem that I see, and I know that there are still a lot of good relationships, and people are dating, and people are also getting to know one another. But I feel like this is just getting to a point. I also see a lot of people now talking about it online, how much they don't like it, but there are still a lot of people who do like it. And sometimes I feel like you don't even like it, but you're just so used to that. Like, you're used to scrolling, you're used to meeting new people, you're not used to being with one person for a certain time, but you're used to meeting new people every few weeks, months, days, I don't know. And the big problem is that we always think then that there could be something better, someone better, somebody who gets us better, who will understand what we like, what we don't like, who will more align or less align, depending on what you want. Because some people say that opposites attract, some people say that similarities attract. There's an endless list. Some people would say, oh yeah, I would like him to cook. Him, now I'm saying that because I'm I'm attracted to men, so I'm just talking about women and guys. I don't even know. What do you say? Do you say I'm a girl? Do you say I'm a woman? Do you say he's a guy or he's a man? Like, normally, I'm not dating men. Just to be fair, when I'm talking about me, and I would probably say I'm a girl, though I'm already definitely over trendy. So, yeah. But I mean, like, you have all these things, like all these boxes that you want them to check, all these things that you want to experience with them, but then probably more what they have to bring to the table. And especially now that we are all so individualistic and we all want to live our own lives, I catch myself sometimes thinking that if I get into a relationship, I can't do that anymore, and I can't be free and can't travel, and like, what the heck? Of course, if you're in the right relationship, everything will work, and like, you don't have to stress yourself about that. And I mean, even if something doesn't work then anymore, because obviously you also have to compromise, then it'll be fine, because at least you have the person by your side, and then your focus is on that. Yeah, it's difficult. It's definitely very difficult and not easy to talk about and think about, even, and not easy to admit to yourself as well. Especially if you think about the attachment styles. Like, who wants to say, oh, actually, I have a different attachment style, not as secure when, like, maybe I'm the problem, or like, not the problem, but maybe there's something that I can actually do, and it's not just about the other person, but it's also about me and what I'm thinking, what I'm doing, and how I'm acting. Maybe I'm attracting these kind of guys because I'm the one who lets them attract me. Like, you could also just say no to them if they show you something that you don't like. But then again, do they really have to check all these boxes? Do they really have to be that person that you have in your head? And then there's another problem, which is your vision. Like, sometimes you have an image of a person and you think that you're attracted to the person, but no, you're attracted to the image that you created in your head about that person. It's not the person, because you don't know the person as well. And maybe you even do know the person that well, and you just kid yourself and say, yeah, she's that girl, or he's that guy. You're only kidding yourself, because that's the image that you created in your head. Sorry that I talk like in such a rage, but it's like a really hard topic that's very close to my heart, and that's on my mind so much, and I'm talking about it to friends and people close to me, or yeah, just in general, and watching videos about it and hearing people talk online about it, and it's just sometimes very hard to comprehend how we got to that point. But then again, I also do get it, and I know we consume a lot in every aspect of our lives, and it does make sense. And especially now, with so much choice that we have in general, and so much possibilities, not in all circumstances, but in so many cases, you have so much agency, and you can do so many things that you couldn't have done in other years. Like, when you were born a few years back, you wouldn't have the possibility to just move countries and live in a different country. And I mean, you would have had that possibility, but it wasn't as easy and as accessible. And yeah, that's the same thing with dating. And I don't know. Do you know the solution? What are your experiences? Maybe you have good experiences. Please share them. I would love to hear them. I would love to have some positivity here, because maybe that didn't sound as positive. It wasn't intended to be that, by the way. But yeah, just wanted to get all that out, and I would be really happy if you would just share your thoughts and experiences. So I shall see you soon. Bye.